Hi, Stefan Svartling here. Today I would like to show you how you can create searches from different topics on Google+, and from posts only from users you follow. It could be a very easy and useful way to filter posts from all the noise that you don't want to see, so you only see the post you want to see from your users. This is my Google+ stream, and so if you want to search for a specific topic from posts from users you follow, you can do like this. Let's say we want to have all posts about Apple products. So we type Apple or iOS or iPad or iPhone Apple, iOS, iPad, iPhone or MacBook. We can take iCloud too. And OS X. Like this. And then we click on search. Now we have a stream with all posts with these keywords. But now we want to filter it on people you follow. And you go up here, click on everything, and from your circles. As you can see, you can choose from you and different stuff here, but we will have posts from the people you follow. So click this. Now the search stream will be filtered with posts only from the users you follow. Very effective, very nice. So now I have a stream with posts about Apple products from the people you follow. Very cool. So now we want to save it. You see this button, save this search. So now you will have this as a saved search. Now to find this saved search, you have to go to your home stream again, and up here you have a more button. Here you have your saved search from your followers. Click on that and the stream opens with posts from all your users you follow. Very easy. As you can see, only posts from your circles and a saved search about Apple products. The only thing I think this feature is missing is that I would like to rename these searches when saving them to something more beautiful, like Apple in this case, for example. But this is a very useful way to have posts with stuff you like. You can filter your own stream. Very easy. You can do searches for anything you want, actually. Very cool. Okay, that's how you can create advanced searches and save them for later use. Samsung has started teasing for the new Samsung Galaxy S3 that comes 3rd of May. They started with a cryptic message that deciphered led to a website, the next Galaxy, and on that website there was a countdown to the next step. And when the countdown was done, you get a link to a teaser video. And in that video Samsung says that you will differentiate yourself from the rest. Yeah, right, that's That's the first. Samsung always copies what Apple do. So they are the biggest copycats in the world. But if that's true, the Samsung Galaxy S3 will be redesigned totally and will not look like the earlier Galaxy S phones. But I have a hard time believing that's true, so it will probably look exactly as the rest. So no differentiate yourself there. I'm sure of that. And in that video they also make fun of iPhone users and say that they are sheeps. I think this video is very low. Samsung is desperate. You don't do videos like that. Shows all iPhone users as sheeps. If that's the case, all Android users are drones. Drones in floods. A lot of drones. So I think Samsung should stop doing these boring, silly videos and do good products instead. Instead of copying everything Apple do. The latest they have copied from Apple is S-Cloud. It even sounds like iCloud. So a desperate copying again. S-Cloud, their cloud service, will act like iCloud. Yeah, Samsung can never do anything original as usual. So Samsung is desperate and doing some silly videos making fun of iPhone users. Start using good products instead, Samsung, and maybe you will succeed. So yesterday Google Drive was finally launched, and I tried to install it on my Mac, but when it should start syncing it crashes all the time, so I can't get it to work on my Mac, and there is no iOS app available yet. I don't know when they will come. So for me, Google Drive is nothing I will use because I can't get it to work at the moment. With Google Drive you can create and collaborate documents directly from the service. Google Docs has been replaced with Google Drive, so you have Google Docs directly in Google Drive, so you can create documents there and share them with others, and you can collaborate on the documents. We have now 5 GB of storage instead of 1 GB. Gmail has now 10 GB of storage instead of 7.6 GB. You can upgrade Google Drive to more storage. It costs money. 25 GB costs $249 a month, so it's not the cheapest service. Personally, I rather using Evernote Premium because that's a yearly cost, and you can upload 1 GB a month. You can fill it with all the files you want, all the documents you want, and everything syncs on all your computers. Windows machine at work, my Mac at home, my iPad, my iPhone, and everything is also available offline. I know you have offline support in Google Drive too, but I don't know yet how good that is. But on Evernote everything works because the files are actually physically on your computer. It syncs between all your devices. So for me, I don't think Google Drive is so impressive or interesting actually. I prefer to still use Evernote and Dropbox and iCloud instead, because these services works and exactly how I want them to work, and actually are cheaper than Google Drive. 5 GB is not enough for me, so I'd rather use Evernote and iCloud because I already have them, and I use Dropbox. Dropbox I have only 2 GB, but I use them for some documents I need to sync between my devices, for example. iCloud will work extremely well when Mountain Lion is released, because then we will have apps that syncs with each other on all devices. So if I create a document on my Mac, I will have the same document on my iPad and iPhone. So to me, Google Drive is not so special, and at the moment I don't even get it to work properly. It crashes when I try to sync, so we will see if I later on will use Google Drive when it works for me, but probably will use the 5 GB as storage sometimes because Dropbox maybe is full or something. But on iOS, I think Google Drive will not be any special at all. Even when we have the iOS app, we will only have an app that you can do nothing in. So you will probably be able to get to your documents, but in which apps will the documents open in? So if I want to edit a Word document, will Google Docs open directly in the Google Drive app or what? I don't know. If I want to use Documents to Go to edit the Word document, for example, Google is very bad at making iOS apps. They never support Open In or Send To feature in iOS. Very bad. So you often can't use other apps to open files, for example, or share from or something. Look at the Google Plus app, totally useless. The only thing you can do in the Google Plus app is using the Google Plus service, nothing else. You can't send a link to, let's say, Tweetbot. You can't send a link to Evernote. You can't send a link to Instapaper or Pocket or Read It Later. You can't do anything from the app more than using the Google Plus service. You can't even copy text. You can't copy a link. Nothing. Totally useless app. And if Google Drive will be the same, then I will never use it. Totally useless. Okay, so let's see how good Google Drive will be and if it will have support on Macs and iOS that works. I have decided to buy a mouse again. I haven't used a mouse in years because I really love the touchpad on my Macs, my MacBooks. So I have used the touchpad instead of a mouse because I can do anything with it. And in OS X Lion you use gestures to swipe between apps, open and do many of the stuff you do by gestures, touch-based gestures. So the touchpad is excellent for doing everything you want to do in OS X Lion. So I've said before that I will never use a mouse again, but lately I am very much into video. I video edit almost every day, and I've seen that I miss a mouse when I do some video editing because I will work a lot faster if I will have a mouse in those video editing programs I use. So I have decided to buy an Apple Magic Mouse because I think I will work even faster now, and video editing will be much easier and faster. And the Magic Mouse have some touch-based gestures too, so you will have both some touchpad features and you will have mouse features. And at home I always connect my 11-inch MacBook Air to my 40-inch Samsung Smart TV and use it like an iMac or Mac Mini. And I have a wireless keyboard from Apple and I have the Magic Touchpad from Apple. But I always lay in my bed when I use it like that. So the Magic Touchpad doesn't work so good on the bed. You need to have the Magic Touchpad on a bench or something because you can't click on it without having it on a bench. You can't click on it directly from on the bed. And the Magic Mouse will probably work perfectly fine on my bed when doing some video editing. So I have decided now to buy an Apple Magic Mouse. For the first time in many years I will use a mouse. When I have bought it I will of course do an unboxing of the Magic Mouse. I always do unboxing videos, you know that. It will be fun. Let's see if I buy it this weekend, probably, because I want to have it quite fast, because video editing is my life now and video blogging is my life now. Video blogging combined with Google Plus is a perfect tool for me. It's a great way for me to say what I want and to show what I want, and have the great discussion I have on Google Plus on my own videos is really fun. So video editing has taken over my whole life, and I buy equipment, I buy software all the time to make my video editing easier, my recording better, and so on. I practice every day to be better to talk English. I am a Swedish guy and have problems with English language, but I try to be better and better. I don't want to do videos in Swedish because many of my followers on Google Plus is English users, so I do videos in English as good as I can. So with this Apple Magic Mouse, I will probably be even better to video edit videos. Hi, Stefan Svartling here. Once again I had a discussion on Google Plus about native apps versus HTML5 Web Apps. To me, HTML5 Web Apps will never succeed because developers can't earn money. The only way I can see you can earn money on web apps is with subscription services. And how many subscription services can a user take? I mean, I have bought over 300 apps for my iOS devices, and if all those would have been subscription service, how should I could pay for all these? I would be ruined by now. It's not possible. You can't have subscription service for everything. That's not possible. That's why I don't believe in HTML5 web apps, because developers needs to earn money to pay rent and food on the table. Native apps is so much better for the developer and the user. You pay one-time fee and get unlimited updates, lifetime updates for an app you have bought once, and no need for some subscription services. Native apps is here to stay for a very, very long time still. HTML5 web apps maybe be a lot better now. You can make really great web apps, but how will you earn money on them? It's not possible. Not all can have subscription service. And many web apps is made for Chrome. Then you need to use a specific browser, and that browser is not even available on iOS, so you can't make a web app like a Chrome app. And what's the difference then? A native app or a Chrome app? No difference. I can't see any difference, because you're forced to use a specific browser for a Chrome app. A native app is made for a specific OS. Where is the difference? I don't see any difference. So normal web apps, okay, I understand it could be the future, but you need to be able to install them as native apps and buy them for a one-time fee somehow. For example, if you made some kind of UI there where you can install web apps, so you can buy web apps in an app store and install them into this UI. Then maybe I think HTML5 web apps could succeed, but as it's made now, where you use a web app in a browser, that will not work, because you can't earn money on those apps. That's a fact. There is no way you can earn money on a web app unless for a subscription. And I ask you a question now: how many subscriptions will you have total? Personally, I say 4. at the most, not more than 4. And that means you can only buy 4 web apps. And I need a lot more apps than 4 apps. It's not possible for me. So native apps wins big. No question about it. Native apps will be number 1 for many years still. Web apps can never succeed if you can't get pay for the app. So the Apple way of doing it with the app stores for both Mac and iOS devices is a success. That's a fact. Very successful for both developers and users. The developers gets rich, very rich, no question about it. And the users like to have an easy way to buy and install apps. That's why the Apple way of doing it is a success. HTML5 Web Apps has a long way to go. Hi, Stefan Svartling here. Yesterday Twitter updated the iOS app and the Android app. It now have an updated design. The activity in Discover tab now shows what your connections are doing. For example, following users, retweeting, favorite tweets and so on. Kind of nice. And the app also have spelling suggestions now. And it also keeps the recent searches in the Discovery tab now. And also have username complete now. And a go-to user link when you search for users in the connection tab. And now you also have a push notification for when people retweet your tweets or add them to favorites. And the app also have new language support. For example, my own language, Swedish. But is this update enough? I mean, Tweetbot is the king of Twitter apps still on iOS. And the official Twitter app doesn't even have a mute feature yet, so I will not switch from Tweetbot to the official Twitter app. And Tweetbot also have a lot of other features that I need. So I don't think the Twitter app is good enough to switch. Tweetbot has everything I need, and the design is incredibly good. You can do anything in Tweetbot. You have mobilizer support from both Instapaper readability. You can add links to Pocket, Instapaper, and much more. So I think the Twitter app is still not good enough. It needs a lot more. But one thing I miss in both Tweetbot and the official Twitter app is scheduling tweets. I can do that in TweetDeck, I can do that in Tweetings, I can do that in Hootsuite. But I would like to have a scheduling feature in Tweetbot too. So if the official Twitter app will add a scheduling feature, then I could switch to that app only for that feature. So important is scheduling for me. Because I live in Sweden and many of my users are from the US. So I want my tweets to be posted at the time when the US can read them, not when I am up and they are asleep. So scheduling helps a lot for me, because then I can add tweets that gets tweeted when I am asleep, but the US people are up. So a scheduling feature is very important to me. Tweetbot hasn't, and Twitter app hasn't. So I hope someday Tweetbot will have a scheduling feature. Okay, that's it for today. This week has ended now. This is the last video that I will add to this week's lunch break show. Have a nice weekend. Let's see if I do some videos this weekend. I have a new Apple Magic Mouse to video edit with, so I will probably do some videos this weekend to try it out.